Hello everybody, it is I, your favorite VTuber Android Arrowhead. I am back with more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Dual Destinies, that's what this one's called, 5, whatever you want to call it. Either way, so, as we remember from last time, Apollo got blown up. He's still alive, but he got blown up. Anyway, yeah, we're currently interviewing the guy who's the bomb guy, and he framed a girl who's not a bomb, and also everything's in 3D now. Oh yeah, and we use emotions to figure out who's lying. And also, last time I would have done the whole trial, but the hiccups were kicking my ass, and therefore I had to stop. I stopped because of hiccups. Yeah, I'm basically 5. Look, anyway, continuing from that point. Yep, audio's fine. Alright. Ooh, that was great, Mr. Wright. You turned things right around. Right around indeed. Yeah, it's not over yet, but at least we managed to hold out this long. I believe that brings our proceedings for today to a close. Wow, I stopped right before this, huh? Mr. Payne, I'm afraid you have some serious investigating ahead of you. Yes, Your Honor. Yeah, it's not Winston Payne, it's something else Payne, I forgot. I know it's his younger brother, I forgot about that. Very well, let us reconvene tomorrow. Court is adjourned. Interesting that the first case is actually going to have an investigation phase. That's new. December 17th, 11:56 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 5. Okay, also the text speed in this is way slower than it is in the other games, I've noticed. That was so exciting, boss. We did it. True to form, he managed to just barely pull it off at the very last moment. True to form? Gee, I never knew you had such a glowing opinion of me. Hey, Lawbitch, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Thank you for everything you're doing. Yeah, because I'm doing the voice of, like, Woods from Black Ops. Okay. You did great, Miss Woods. You really stuck it out. And you got really brave at the end, just when we needed you most, Junie. You know, double click to make text automatically finish? I've tried that. Not from what I've seen. I could keep trying it. Maybe eventually it'll work. I also changed the text speed in the settings to be faster, but apparently it doesn't affect that, like, the little opening bit. So we'll see. Thanks to you, we were able to turn things around. Well, you were the one who gave me that courage, Thena. Really? Thanks. What the fuck is that expression? To be honest, was I any help at all? Of course. Without you, we would have never gotten out of that tight spot. That's good to hear. I may still have a lot to learn, but you can bet I'm going to give it my all. I'll be so good that one day you'll call me your partner. Even though I've heard she's been functionally forgotten by the people who make the games. Yep. Doing the feminine character most masculine, most will never not be funny since it's so jarring. Yeah, it's pretty good. Not to toot my own horn, but it's pretty funny, yeah. That's what I like to hear. Analytical psychology. The ability to solve the riddles of a person's heart. Athena's true potential is beginning to really shine through now. Hey, where's Apollo anyway? A good question. I almost forgot about him. I had assumed he'd still be here in the lobby. Oh, I know. Maybe he's still in courtroom number 4. Courtroom number 4? What would he be doing at the scene of the explosion? When I came out to the lobby to rest, I told Apollo about the... Forgot about the rhino. I told Apollo about Bum Rap Riney. I told him I dropped Riney in the courtroom as I was trying to escape before the blast. I had a one-sided ponytail, absolute pet struggle like a shy tech. Yeah, I can understand it. It's just, you know. And then... Apollo said he had an idea where Riney might be, so we went to take a look together. Huh. I guess Apollo can be pretty nice when he wants to be. So you went looking for Riney together before you were called back into courtroom number 5? I think you forgot someone took a bomb to the face. Yeah, also, Apollo has worked with him at this point for at least, like, probably a year. You think he'd remember the guy? Or maybe it's just a joke about how he's not as well liked by the fans as Phoenix is. I don't know. Yes, I had some time to rest, so I was able to go back and look for him. Or to go and look for him. But then they called me into courtroom number 5 to testify. Apollo insisted on staying there, though.
With all those injuries? I wonder how he's managing.
I think Apollo might have figured something out. Wonder what it was. Maybe it's all a magic trick and he's actually gonna like pull a dove out of his bandages. He told me, I'm going to look for evidence to clear your name, Juniper.
Just maybe he found some new piece of evidence. Anyway, we better go and get him.
Good idea. Good idea. Athena's such a strange product and she feels kind of like filler. I'm gonna be honest, yeah. Maybe it's like one of those things where she's like Grace from Resident Evil, where it's like, she's important to the plot, but outside of that, it's like, she's just kind of someone who got involved in all this. I mean, granted, apparently she is working with Phoenix. Like, she actually has, like, she has a job. But, you know, we'll see. December 17th, 12:11 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 4. Am I playing as Apollo now? Oh, hey. I keep forgetting this game has anime cutscenes. Apollo died! Fuck! And he hit his head in a rock, apparently.
A body has been discovered!
There are 3 people there.
Ooh.
Oh boy. See, no one's ready for the part where Athena actually turns out to be the killer of Chapter 1, then it switches perspective to Apollo. Fucking stick drift, god. Stay. No. There. Okay. 2D cutscenes in this game feel less jarring thanks to it not being a primarily 2D game. Yeah, I'd say so. It's funnily enough, some of the older Ace Attorney games had like 3D cutscenes briefly. And yeah, I think the next chapter, sure. December 18th, 9:34 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 5. Okay. Stick Drift's trying to make a repeat incident. Yeah, it's rough. This isn't exactly how I envisioned the second day of this trial to start. But given how things ended yesterday... Wait, hold on, let me see if I can change text speed in the settings. Let's see. Text skip is off. Let's see. Enable disable skipping of unread text in the main game. Normally, I'd say no. Wait time. Wait, that is the lowest amount I can get. Alright, Deal with medium on that. I guess I can turn this on. We'll see. Good morning. Okay, so that's what that... Okay, so now I have that setting on. That's what that meant. Okay. Mood sure is tense. Not that that's any surprise.
Oh, hey, did you read the paper this morning, boss?
Huh? The paper? That came out of left field.
You didn't read it? Then you don't know the big news. Somebody spotted an abominable snowman way up in the mountains.
Tell me you know the difference between a paper and a tabloid, Athena.
It might show up in the forest where you live, Junie. So you'd better watch out, okay? You really should read the story for yourself. I couldn't even begin to do it justice.
To be fair, with Ace Attorney, there's a decent chance that it's just, you know, that it's an actual abominable snowman. Maybe I'll have to defend it in the next case. Who knows? Justice?
Huh?
Oh, poor Apollo. And it's all my fault. Stiffle. At least I'm not going to be staring at a black screen the majority of the time this stream. Yeah, it is really weird how Silent Hill does that. I don't know why it's so dark in that. Like, specifically on stream, it's dark. Like, when I'm seeing the gameplay, it's not that dark. But on screen, it is. Why? I should do like a color test to see if I can like, if OBS just for some reason makes it darker than it normally is. Fetus! Sob!
Oh, Junie, what was I thinking? I'm so sorry.
What we found yesterday was not Apollo's dead body, thank goodness.
A body has not been discovered.
He'd been assaulted by someone with a blow to his head and was lying unconscious. Well, this attorney, it's a very whatever happens, happens logic. Reasoning, never heard of him. Pretty much, yeah. There's a logic, but it's all like logic that makes sense in Ace Attorney and pretty much nowhere else. We rushed him to the hospital right away, and it looks like he's going to pull through. But it was still quite a shock to stumble onto a scene like that. Is Miss Woods alright, Athena? Bleh. Is Miss Woods alright, Athena?
Well, I managed to get her to stop crying. Now she's resting on that sofa over there.
I guess she really feels responsible for what happened to Apollo.
Poor Junie. She believes that the reason Apollo was attacked is because he was helping her look for something in that courtroom.
Oh? Guess I can see why she'd think that. By the way, how are you doing?
Who, me?
Yeah, you. I know you're concerned about Miss Woods, but are you alright? Apollo keeps taking headshots. I'm surprised he hasn't gotten decapitated with more severe brain trauma. Hey, he got blown up, got hit in the head. You know what? He's doing alright for himself. He's not dead. He's working on it.
Me? I'm doing just fine, boss. I mean, yeah, it was a huge shock, but I'm alright. People who have studied analytical psychology are great at times like these. After all, they've learned how to control their own emotions, too.
I know there's, like, foreshortening on her arm and all that, but you look at it straight on, it looks like she has one normal arm and, like, one T-Rex arm. And I find the concept very funny. Somehow I don't think it's as easy as she makes it sound. But there's no denying she's a real trooper. Apollo doesn't remember a thing, does he? Dude, the man's a fucking tank. I think he should have been a stunt professional. You know, something else that's notable about Phoenix. Phoenix fell off of a burning bridge into a raging river, and all he got was a cold. Lawyers in this universe are functionally invincible as long as they're, like, main character lawyers. Water.
Yeah, he can't recall anything from the time right before he was assaulted. Nothing about what he was doing in courtroom number 4 or who assaulted him. The doctor said it's probably due to that hit he took to the head.
Assaulted in the court of law and losing your memory at that. I know how that feels. Yeah, fun fact, in the second game, Phoenix was hit over the head with a fire hydrant or something. Fire extinguisher, something like that. And he lost his memory right before a trial. I always like to think that the arms deform depending on the angle, so instead of it being a perspective thing, it's just them warping their physical anatomy as they see fit in the moment. You know, that could make sense too. Perspective might be a lie in real life. Who knows?
But who in the world would do such a thing, huh? But who in the world would do such a thing, huh, Mr. Wright? Grr. Just wait till I get my hands on the coward who hurt our Apollo.
No, Athena. I thought you said you were in control of your emotions. Let's just focus on helping Miss Woods, okay? But I admit, I'm just as upset as you.
Okay, boss, you're right. Apollo's assailant can wait until after we clear Junie's name.
That's the spirit. Now, let's see. I better check the court record one more time before the trial starts. There.
Earth to Mr. Wright. I'm ready whenever you are.
Alright, let's get ready to rumble.
You bet.
With everything that happened with Apollo, I didn't have time for a proper investigation. I can't let that stop me, though. I have to get this right, for Miss Wood's sake, and Apollo's too. I feel like I'm not doing the Phoenix voice right. Hey, Phoenix Wright here. Something like that, yeah. December 18th, 9:50 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 5. It's slightly higher than my normal voice. Kinda, but he's also older now, so maybe it works. I don't know. All rise. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Juniper Woods.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense is also ready, Your Honor. Now then, I believe I instructed the prosecution to further their investigation. Were you able to locate the remote switch in question?
I'm afraid the remote switch is still missing, Your Honor.
I must say I'm disappointed, Mr. Payne. Not angry, just disappointed.
I apologize, Your Honor.
Aha! Looks like the prosecution is just as unprepared as I am. Phoenix, that's not something to be particularly happy about.
There's a separate matter, however, that I would like to bring up during this trial.
A separate matter, you say? And what might that be?
I assume you're aware that another incident occurred during yesterday's trial?
Well, if I'm gonna look up an anime clip so I can figure out what his voice sounds like, it's kinda... How can I put this? It's... honestly not that far off from what I remember from, like, my normal voice.
I'm speaking, of course, of the assault on Mr. Justice in the ruins of courtroom number 4.
Uh-oh. Why is he bringing that up? Yes, what a truly harrowing experience it must have been. Oh, Mr. Justice.
At the time of the attack, Mr. Justice was not alone.
Well, yeah, he was not alone because he was attacked, but he's not alone. Well, not because of that.
He was with the defendant, Miss Juniper Woods.
He isn't going where I think he's going with this, is he?
The prosecution wishes to indict Miss Woods on the charge of Mr. Justice's assault.
Ah, shit. Order! Order in the court! Mr. Payne, the incident under deliberation here is the courtroom bombing. The assault on Mr. Justice has nothing to do with this trial.
Ah, but I believe there is a connection between this case and Mr. Justice's assault. Please take a moment to consider these facts. Both events occurred in courtroom number 4. This is the location in courtroom number 4 where the unconscious Mr. Justice was discovered. As you can see, it's quite close to where Detective Arm's body was found.
Court number 4 diagram out of the court record, yep.
The question is, why did the culprit feel the need to maliciously attack Mr. Justice?
Why, indeed. What do you believe their motive to be, Mr. Payne?
I believe Mr. Justice found something in that courtroom while Miss Woods was with him.
His voice is kind of high up with a little bit of low undertones. Okay, got it, yeah.
Evidence that fingered her as the perpetrator of the bombing.
I feel like you could have picked a better choice of words than fingered her, but... You mean he found some incriminating evidence and fingered her?
Precisely. And so I surmise that the defendant picked up a piece of rubble and...
Phoenix is a strange voice. I've heard it before, yeah, it's kind of like this, almost, I think. Objection! Something like that. I don't know. I'll just go with the voice I've been doing for him.
Hit Mr. Justice on the back of the head in order to silence him. Judy would never do such a thing. She was devastated when we found Apollo hurt like that.
Also, yeah, Junie was with us when we found him, so... I guess that doesn't mean she wasn't there at the time, but... yeah. Miss Sykes, please control your outbursts.
It's the prosecution's belief that by deliberating on Mr. Justice's assault, we will draw ever closer to the truth of the courtroom bombing itself.
Very close, but a little higher. Okay, yeah. I'm probably just gonna go with the voice I've been doing for him for all 4 of the games I've played until now. Just, you know, for posterity or whatever. Or, not posterity, it's, the term I'm looking for is... consistency, that's it. Very well. Miss Woods is hereby officially indicted on the charge of assaulting Mr. Justice.
What? Why are you listening to Mr. Toupee over there?
Although, considering our conversation yesterday... I think it might be a little closer to the Phoenix voice. I'm not entirely sure. I think Apollo might have figured something out. I know what it was. You told me I'm going to look for evidence to clear your name, Juniper. How'd it take you that long? Wait, take me that long for what? Wait, what did I take that long on? I wasn't even paying attention for that. Maybe the two incidents are really related after all. Or really are related after all. Oh no, for the consistency, yeah, I don't know, that was a fuck up. Not gonna lie. Look, I don't have a dictionary built into my brain, alright? Sometimes it takes a while to photosynthesize. Or whatever the term would be. Dementia 2? Yeah, look, robot dementia hits different. It's, there's a Halo reference I can make right now, but no, let's just move on. Anyway, I'm going rampant. I would like to start by hearing from the defendant herself. Very well. Bailiff, please bring Miss Woods to the witness stand. Cough. Cough, cough. I'm sorry. Cough. I can't seem to stop. Cough. Miss Woods. Guess she's still really upset about Apollo. Miss Woods, you went to the ruins of Court Number 4 with Mr. Justice, did you not? Yes, I did. Good, good. If you would, then please testify about what happened to the court. Alone with Apollo. Alright. During the trial yesterday, I was overcome by a fit of coughing. Apollo stayed with me and we went to the courtroom ruins together. But then I was called back to this courtroom to give testimony. Apollo insisted on staying behind in courtroom number 4. I swear I didn't attack Apollo! Why would I ever hurt such a kind person? So Mr. Justice stayed by your side while you were feeling unwell? What an admirable young man! I thought his loud voice was his only outstanding feature. He may look like a little imp at times, but Apollo can... He may look like a little imp at times, but Apollo can be really nice, too. I hope she didn't hurt her wrist backhanding that one out. I hope she didn't hurt her wrist backhanding that one out. But what is to wonder? Why did Mr. Justice stay behind in the ruins? This is the same courthouse? Yeah, it's... We've never seen, like, a picture of the building, but I assume it's a very big building. There are a lot of these... Apparently there are at least 5 of these courtrooms in it. I guess. I think Apollo might have figured something out. Something? What kind of something? Something to do with the courtroom bombing kind of something, I think. Oh! New evidence for the case, was it? That's a very big kind of something indeed. I believe so. You mentioned looking for some evidence when I was called away. Just as I thought. There is a connection between the two incidents. But the defendant has told a very big lie, Your Honor. What lie is that? When she learned Mr. Justice would be looking for evidence, she attacked him. She attacked him to give herself the chance to destroy that evidence. No! I never... Why, I oughta... Miss Woods repaid Mr. Justice's kindness with violence. Why did you stay in the same building as a terrorist attack that didn't happen a month ago? Yeah. Actually, decent point. Yeah. What's stopping them from bombing this courtroom, too? Actually, yeah. Also, how close are the two courtrooms if, like, the number 4 being blown up didn't affect number 5? Where are we? Miss Woods repaid Mr. Justice's kindness with violence. We found the proof of her foul deed there in the courtroom ruins. He did not fucking write that. What on earth? Do you see it?
There, in front of Mr. Justice's right hand. He wrote 11037. Witness the message he left us.
It's written in blood. What? W-O-O-D-S. Why, isn't that...
That's right, Your Honor. It says Woods in capital letters.
What?
I submit that Mr. Justice left us with the name of his attacker before he fainted.
So clearly this was faked, because this wasn't there when we got there. But whatever.
No.
No, that can't be true. Why would Apollo write my name? Menendez! So if nobody loses their badge at the end of this trial, I'm gonna lose my shit. Not only is none of them gonna lose their badge, I'm pretty sure some of them will get promoted.
Mr. Wright! The nerve of him leaving that message! Why would he do this?
Hey, don't take it out on me. I don't understand that any more than you do. When we discovered Apollo yesterday... Apollo! We didn't even have a chance to rush over to him. As soon as security heard Athena's scream, they ran in and cordoned off the area. After that, they were in the courtroom number 4 with Apollo the whole time. We couldn't investigate anything ourselves and had to leave everything to the police. Still, I never thought they would find some bloody writing there. Now then, please begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Let's see. The other call back to the court and give testimony that's true. Insisted on staying behind. Didn't attack Apollo. Yeah, I agree. Let's go with, Alright, so we know this is true. This might just have to be one where we just press everything. We need Higuru and Attorney. We need to restart this entire damn trial. Yeah, we need to change some shit. Do you always cough when you get nervous, Mr. Woods? Miss Woods? Yes, it is Miss Woods. Cough, cough. Mr. Wright, please do not make Miss Woods nervous by pressing her so ruthlessly.
That barely even qualified as a quasi-question. Let's help her relax with a little small talk before we dive into the cross-examination. You know, ask her about her hobbies and her crushes and stuff.
Her crushes? Really? I don't know about this. Let's try another one. Alright. Why exactly did you go to the courtroom ruins? We went to look for my medicine. To stop my coughing. Your medicine? Why would your medicine be in courtroom number 4? I dropped it in the heat of the moment. Bumrap Riney. He was keeping my medicine safe from me. He has a little compartment that I can put things in, you see. And Phony Fanty has the same type of pocket. That's where the bomb was inserted. Nature's pocket. I had put my medicine for my coughing fits inside Bumrap Riney. When I told Apollo about it, he said he'd help me go look for him. There was so much rubble in there. I was worried, but there was no rubble or anything in front of the witness stand. So when we got inside, Apollo went straight there and started looking for my Riney in that area. It was so nice of him to do that for me, in spite of all of his injuries. Apollo is so strong and kind, just like the tree of the forest. Just like the trees of the forest. The way she makes him sound, you'd think Apollo was some kind of ancient god. Oh, wait. So that's why you went to the ruins, I see. That seems to be quite an important fact. Please add it to your testimony, Miss Woods. Let's see, near the witness stand where there was no rubble. Hmm. So that would be where he was, but is that counting as near the witness stand? I think I know what thing that has to be referenced in the gospel, but I think Sykes has to be some kind of pun that I can't remember. Like saying Sykes, like saying psych when you like trick someone, like, oh, by the way, I'm the murderer. Psych, it's actually this guy. This is about as shit of branding as the time infinite rectal thermometer. Wait, an infinite rectal thermometer made a quickie joke on the packaging? What the fuck? Never even heard about that. That's interesting. Near the witness stand, but was where he was counting as near the witness stand?
Hold it!
The area around the witness stand? Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? I'm sorry, did I say something wrong? No, of course not. I was just testing my hearing. Must not upset her. Yes, I'm sure that's where we searched first. Maybe this then?
Objection!
Oh shit, that actually worked. Huh. So we started this search with the witness stand, you say? That's right. I guess maybe he wanted to start from the furthest point in the room. He was being so brave, cough, and straw cough. It is a real thing, by the way, not well received by most people as you imagined. Yeah! I can't imagine it would be. What? What in the fucking marketing... What in the marketing department was that? Man, like, that's odd. Under the circumstances, he shouldn't have been capable of that. But he was, and he still is. He might not look it, but he really is brave. And kind, too. No, that's not the part I'm finding fault with. Someone has a crush on Apollo. What you are claiming is something that no one should have been able to do. But I should think that anyone can be brave and kind if they wanted to be, Mr. Right. No, actually, we're all born evil. True, anyone can be brave and kind, but if you would please take a look at this diagram. Things that happened in February of this year to literally last month. That's 2 months ago, actually, but... Anyway, yeah. I agree, that's pretty weird. With the courtroom in this state, how is it possible to walk up to the witness stand? Oh! I see your point. The rubble blocks off access to the area around the witness stand.
Does such a tiny inconsistency even matter?
Like math, it's so weird, I agree. Yeah, that's just an odd idea, to say the least. Alright, now I'm not so sure it matters.
A real man doesn't make mountains out of molehills, you know? They make mountains out of regular hills.
That's precisely what Mr. Wright does best. I mean, I like to think he solves cases the best, but, you know, to each their own.
I call slander, Your Honor.
I lost track of time after last night. No, I get it. Yeah, time is a flat circle and most things don't make any sense anymore. For all I know, it's 2019. So, was it really impossible to approach the witness stand? I have to say, it's a bit hard to tell with any accuracy just from just this diagram. Mr. Payne, do you have any other photos of the crime scene?
Let me see, Your Honor. Ah, yes! I have one more.
You just keep zooming out, don't you? Woods... Wait, no, there's something else written there besides just woods. Woods... Or does it say Sadoom?
Here it is. It's a more pulled back version of the photo I presented before.
I like the idea that Apollo was unconscious and they were like, whoa, wait, let me get a picture first. Instead of just taking him to the hospital. Huh? What's that hunk of metal on wheels? That's the bomb transport case, yeah. Mr. Payne, is the metallic object in that photo Mr. Tenate's bomb transport case? Just like the Bill Cipher quote, time is dead and meaning has no meaning. Pretty much, yeah. Wonder what happened to the marketing team. I feel like they need to get their hard drives checked. They need to get all of it checked. That's just a weird, like, what? Were they trying to make the parents laugh at least? Like, I guess that might have been it. Just like a joke for the parents, but not for the kid. But like, it's a rectal thermometer. Come on. My God. Out of curiosity, what was the joke? Just morbid curiosity. What was the baby rectal thermometer joke? Ah, yes, that transport case was there in courtroom number 4 when the bomb went off. You really can't do a Bill impression, can you? I'm gonna be honest. I know Bill Cipher's from Gravity Falls. No idea what he sounds like. I've still not seen the show. I know I need to see the show. I know a lot of people seem to like it. I just have not seen it myself. It must have been there ever since. Oh, that's it. Miss Woods, have you remembered something? Yes, I just realized its position, it's different from before. Its position? The position of what? The position of that big metal thing. The bomb transport case? Yes, when Apollo and I went there, it was in a different place. Where the case is in the photo was open space, so it was easy to search the stand. I see. So where was the transport case when you and Mr. Justice saw it? As I recall, I think it was more to the right. The right? To the right, to the right, to the right. And that means... In that case, the case was over there at the time... But in that case, the case was over there at the time of Apollo's attack. Hmm?
Who cares where the transport case was and when? What difference does it make? There's nothing at all to do with what we were talking about.
Objection!
And that Quickie wasn't the only awful quote. They apparently also made a threesome and easy turned on joke in their marketing as well. Oh God. Look, dude, it's already bad enough that you're making baby rectal thermometers. You gotta at least have some class, you know? Where the transport case was has everything to do with this discussion. In fact, it's so important that it's enough to turn the prosecution's argument on its ear.
What?
Well, that certainly sounds very relevant indeed. And you sound as though you know where the case was at the time of the attack. Yes, Your Honor. This diagram represents the crime scene as shown in the photo. Look, I'm morally gray, but even I know you're not meant to do that. Yeah, that's just bad. My God. And this is where the transport case was at the time of the assault on Mr. Justice. Alright, I have this. The bomb's transport case was here at the time of Apollo's attack.
Take that!
Your Honor, I assert that this is where the transport case was at the time of the assault. What, that's...
Inconceivable!
Miss Woods, was this where the transport case was when you saw it? Yes, that's where it was. Thank you, Miss Woods. I'm sure the court has noted an interesting fact about this position. The transport case covers up the writing in blood. Exactly. If the transport case was in that position at the time of the assault, then no message could have been written there because the case was in the way. Which leads us to conclude that Mr. Justice couldn't have left that bloody writing.
Objection!
Why should we believe the defendant's claim that the case was in a different position? She's obviously lying.
Objection!
The fact that the case was moved after the assault on Mr. Justice is proved by none other than Miss Wood's testimony alone.
What? And where is this proof you're talking about?
It's right here in the crime photo. I'm keen to see this proof myself, Mr. Wright. Apparently they put all their pages and anonymized their teams online thanks to the backlash getting so bad. I would imagine they had to, yeah. What in the photo indicates that the transport case was moved after the assault? Oh, it's the tire tracks.
Take that!
Please take a look at the mark that runs over Mr. Justice's bandages here. I see it, but what is it? This mark was made by one of the casters from the transport case carrying the bomb. As the case was moved, it ran over his bandages. In other words, the transport case was originally to the right of Mr. Justice. Then, after Mr. Justice was assaulted, the transport case was moved. What? Just as Miss Wood said, the case was covering the writing at the time of the assault. Therefore, it was impossible for Mr. Justice to have left that message in blood. No! I am stumbling over my words, my god. Vocal exercises. I am enunciating.
You did it, boss! It was a real nail biter, but you pulled it off.
Yep, that should bring down the prosecution's claim. That should bring down the prosecution's claim like a house of cards. Learning about this stuff is disturbing, but also really intriguing to me, and I can't explain why. It's so odd that people would actually think to do that in the first place. Like, that probably got past a team of writers. So you're caught forging evidence. Disbar him? I don't think he's the one that forged it. He was just the one who was given the evidence. The evidence is clearly forged by someone, probably the killer, but, you know. Or the bomber, I should say. They did kill someone, but not him. Order! Order in the court! Mr. Wright, that was a very clever deduction. Oh, it was nothing, Your Honor. Nothing but pure genius. Take that!
Boss, I'm sensing a definite smug and braggy vibe coming off of you.
I have just one question, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? If Mr. Justice didn't leave this message in blood, then who did?
Huh? What?
Cough. Oh. Well, looks like I should have taken that train of thought through the last station.
Well, I've heard a lot about this. So this is Mr. Wright's famous bluffing technique, is it?
Ah, this feeling. It brings back memories of the old days. Back when you carved out a name for yourself by bluffing your way through thick and thin.
Gee, Mr. Wright, the judge kinda makes you sound no better than a 2-bit con man. You made your argument with such confidence, Mr. Wright. Now I'd like to hear your answer with just as much confidence.
Hey, until the judge asked the question, you didn't catch on either, Buster.
What now, boss? I hope you didn't bluff your way into a corner.
Think, Phoenix, think. There must be a way through this. I have to dig my way to the truth somehow. Who could have written that message in the blood? Culprit. If Apollo didn't leave that bloody writing, maybe it was Apollo's attacker who wrote it and made it look like Apollo did it. That seems like the most reasonable explanation.
But wait a minute, I just realized something, boss.
What is it?
Look at the amount of blood in the photo. It doesn't look like Apollo bled very much. I wonder if it's even possible to write out woods with just this much. Hey, you're right. Good thing Apollo didn't lose that much blood. It might be a factor in why he survived the assault. And since there was so little blood, that pretty much rules out his attacker, huh? I guess so. But if it wasn't his attacker, then who else could it have been? Who could have written that message in blood? Someone else? If it wasn't the person who hit him, then who? Well, this guy was definitely the suspect. It's not written in blood either, so... Her?
Take that!
To be honest, I don't actually have any real proof of this. But I've come this far. There's no turning back now. I felt like they wanted to make a Phoenix game and didn't know what to do with a failing supporting character slot. Yeah, honestly, they could have just made Apollo the support, but maybe they wanted more of a girl in the cast to kind of even things out. Or like a new Maya, functionally. I don't know why they wouldn't just bring back normal Maya, but who knows? I know she comes back in the 6th game, but outside of that, I don't know if Maya even appears in this one. Besides Apollo, there was one more person who shed blood at this crime scene. A person who shed blood? You don't mean... Oh, but I do. I believe it was Candace Arm who left this message. I believe it was Candace Arm who left this message behind in blood. Left behind this message in blood. I'm rearranging the letters. I'm dyslexic, but for sentences. What? I'm not actually dyslexic, but I do have a habit of rearranging the words in a sentence for some reason. What? Detective Arm? Are you sure you know what you're doing here? Not really.
Objection!
What kind of ridiculous assertion is that? If you had said the attacker left a message to throw people off, it might have made sense. At first glance, that would seem to be the most reasonable explanation. However, Apollo didn't shed enough blood to write such an extensive message. Uh-oh. Dyslexic for sentences? Do you mean normal dyslexia? No, not for like words, but for like sentences. Like, I'll swap around the words in a sentence, but not like the letters, you know? Ah, I see. Even the photo makes it clear that wasn't enough blood to write all those letters. And Mr. Justice did survive. I suppose he didn't bleed very extensively in that case. But why would Detective Arm write the defendant's name? There's no connection between the two whatsoever. Didn't even know the lady was killed. They had never even met each other. That's very true. Well then, let's see. Maybe the intended meaning of the message is not what it appears to be. Maybe it says, "The world is mine." Intended meaning? Not what it appears to be. Maybe the message was not intended to be woods. Coming from you, that's quite the bold statement, Mr. Wright. You wish to assert that this bloody writing could have some other meaning? Yes, Your Honor. Something I pulled out of a wormhole, it could turn out to be true, right?
Objection!
Instead of a name, it's a place. Yeah, like where the evidence is. It's in the woods. It clearly says woods, as anyone can plainly see. What other meaning could it possibly have?
Objection!
But Candace Arm was the detective. Maybe woods only means something to the police. Like a police scanner code, for example. I didn't think of that. You may have tricked His Honor, but you'll never get the best of me. I have a thing for studying on the weekends, as you may have already guessed. And there's no such radio code as woods in this state, dear Mr. Wright. Is that a fact?
Is that a fact?
Don't look at me, I know as much as you do about police codes.
Enough of this! I was quite taken with the defense's new theory. But if they can't substantiate it with anything, then I must end things here.
No, please wait, Your Honor.
Very well, but before we discuss this theory any further, I demand a plausible explanation. So, Mr. Wright, what is the true meaning of the bloody writing?
Well, I believe it's,
And no stalling! If you can't come up with an answer quickly, I will declare this discussion officially over.
I'm in trouble now. What other meaning could it have besides the obvious one? Maybe it means something in another language? Or maybe it's a code? Think, Phoenix, you can do this!
Which piece of evidence will tell us what woods really means?
Donate us the key.
Woods something. We don't really have anything to show what woods means in particular. Uh-oh. Maybe it's this? Maybe it's, Well, she definitely had enough blood, but not enough. She didn't have anything on her finger from what we can see. Rock has some blood on it? It does, but not enough to write the thing, is what they brought up. I'll go with this one.
Take that!
What exactly is your point, Mr. Wright? I thought this evidence was supposed to tell me what woods really means. But doesn't it, Your Honor? Are you asking me or telling me? I guess I'll let you be the judge of that. Maybe Apollo had the attacker with the rock and wanted to write a message passed out beforehand? I think it's been established for the moment that Apollo's not the one that wrote it. So there's that. Yes, I'll do the judging around here. And I judge that you deserve a penalty! That didn't go over well. I just know there's something here that looks like the word woods. Now let's try that again, shall we? Woods. Is it, It's, yep. Word, looks like the word woods. Is it WX 10 inches D? Looks like the word woods. What looks like the word woods? Uh-oh. We might be in a little trouble. If I look at it upside down, it's like S Doom, but it's not like... Or if it's like numbers, it's like a 3, but then the 5 would be sideways. Hmm. This?
Take that!
A bomb transport case? I've about had it up to here with your shenanigans, Mr. Wright. WXD. Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking too. Take a look at the numbers on this case, Your Honor. L10015R. Doesn't this string look vaguely familiar? L100. What does that have to do with anything? What could those numbers possibly have to do with the case at hand? Now please take a look at the bloody writing shown in the crime photo. Oh, I think I see it. They did the one upside down, but yeah. That a girl. She's the one on my side. It says Woods. Yeah, now. Or you could say it's a horse of a different color, Your Honor. She wrote it 11037. The first character isn't a W, it's actually an L and a 1. The next two are zeros. That's clever, you bastard game. It is pretty good, yeah. Oh, my goodness. The true meaning behind the bloody writing isn't Miss Woods' name. It's the numbers engraved in this bomb transport case.
Objection.
I do like this music a lot. What are you talking about? The next part doesn't make any sense. The next number is a 1, but the bloody writing says D.
Objection.
But the number on the case in the bloody writing can be made to match up quite easily. This is how the number on the transport case can be made to match the bloody writing. Wait, let's see it. It's not really erasing a line, it's more like adding a line, right? Do we at least on the right track? Pretty much, yeah. Erase one line, but... Maybe I should just let the stick drift aside. 2 lines? Please erase the third downward stroke of the W and the curved part of the D. Oh. Well, would you look at that? Lois? Lois. No, Your Honor. It's meant to be read as a... It isn't meant to be read as a word. It's the number L10015. Which, if you take away the final R... is the exact same number that's on the bomb transport case.
Objection.
Handle that stick drift, or you fidgeting with the fidgeting with the menu? No, it was stick drift that time. Anytime you see it like going rapidly like that, sometimes it is just stick drift. Or usually it is in this case. Erase 2 lines and they match up, you say? Well, I can change anything into anything else simply by erasing 2 lines. Is that like a JoJo stand? You erase 2 lines and you can change stuff into other things? What if we erase 2 lines from your name? Would you be happy as well, Mr. Rai? Well, would you, Mr. Rai? The only right spelling is right! Okay, I'm doing pretty well here, and I think I'm drawing the right conclusion. Detective Arm's real message to us is the bomb transport case's... Detective Arm's real message to us is the bomb transport case's number. Your Honor, the 2 lines were added by the real culprit to intentionally mislead people. What? The original message Detective Arm left behind was the transport case number. But whoever assaulted Apollo changed the message. If you're right, boss, then what do you suppose Detective Arm was trying to tell us? Good question. What does this number represent? Do you see this number here? That is my identification number. Candace Arm lost her life in the courtroom bombing. Her dying message could only have had one purpose.
No!
To tell us the name of the one responsible for the bombing. Well, don't keep us in suspense, Mr. Wright. Tell us who she was trying to name. The culprit that the victim was trying to identify is none other than... Well, there's one option, so...
Take that.
The defense wishes to indict Mr. Ted Tenate on the charge of the courtroom bombing. The bomb defusal specialist really should have been the immediate one arrested, since he was supposed to be the first one on scene immediately after it happened. I agree, yeah, he was the most obvious suspect. Ted Tenate! Apparently, disabling bombs isn't Mr. Tenate's only specialty. Somehow, the victim must have realized that he was the bomber. So, when she was caught in the blast, she left his bomb transport case number as her dying message. She used Mr. Tenate's own ID number to... She used Mr. Tenate's own ID number to finger him for the crime. A lot of fingering going on in this court.
Why would anyone go out of their way to write an ID number? Wouldn't they simply write the person's name?
He's got a good point there. What do you have to say to that, Mr. Wright? That only Detective Arm would know the answer to that, but allow me to offer a different theory. Perhaps Detective Arm couldn't recall Mr. Tenate's name in the heat of the moment. As I recall, this was the first meeting between the two. It's entirely possible that they wouldn't have been familiar with each other.
Or maybe using the ID number was a way to hide its true meaning from the real culprit, thus lowering the odds that they would erase the bloody writing.
But no matter what the reason, the important thing is the meaning behind her message. The fact remains, she wrote Mr. Tenate's ID number. Just need to push through, and I'll be less tired. But it would get caught in the blast and potentially torn and burned. Pretty much. I agree, yep.
Now, just one moment here. There hasn't been any proof yet that it was indeed Detective Arm who wrote it. The bloody writing wasn't found during the investigation after the blast. If Detective Arm had left the message, it should have been found at that time.
Naturally, Mr. Tenate hid it before anyone could discover it. And there's a simple explanation for how he was able to do so. He pushed the card on it. I think. Mr. Tenate was able to cover up the message up because he's... The first person to discover the bloody writing was Mr. Tenate himself. First one on the scene. Yep. When Mr. Tenate saw that the victim had written his ID number, he used the bomb transport case to cover up the bloody writing as a stopgap measure. And if I was him, I would have just tried to erase it. I guess he might not have had a ton of time, but still. Oh, so that's why the message in blood was under the transport case. He didn't have enough time to try and scrub away the writing. If he didn't report the body right away, he would look suspicious. So those letters lived on to serve another function. When Mr. Tenate used them in another incident. Oh, the assault on Mr. Justice. Exactly. Mr. Tenate hit upon a plan to use the bloody writing for his own purposes. So he didn't clean it away. Instead, he made it look like Mr. Justice wrote it. By adding 2 lines to the writing that Detective Arm left behind, he changed the meaning of the message. He made it look like Mr. Justice was accusing Miss Woods of the attack.
So that means...
The only person who could have altered the bloody writing was the courtroom bomber, who was the same person that assaulted Mr. Justice. And that person is Ted Tenate. You can call him last potentially torn in their bird. Oh wait, I already read that. Yep. Order in the court! Order, I say! It looks like we will have to hear from the bomb specialist himself. Mr. Payne, please have Mr. Tenate take to the witness stand. Or take the witness stand.
Yes, Your Honor. That was great, Mr. Wright.
Just doing what I do best, which is flying by the seat of my pants. Family case is yours. Do you think you can handle it? And I look forward to seeing you try. There are no official maps of the courthouse, so I can't figure out how close this room is to the bombing. Ah, well, you did your best. Also, it's like... Ace Attorney, I feel like, thrives when you don't need to worry about this kind of stuff. I've finally drawn Mr. Tenate back onto the witness stand. Looks like you get your wish, Goggle Man. Now watch me take your lies apart. Mr. Tenate, I'm afraid we have a few more questions for you. I understand the situation, Your Honor. I was keeping a close eye on the proceedings from the gallery. Allegations are all laughable. The allegations are all laughable.
Objection!
I wouldn't be laughing if I were you, Mr. Tenate. The message in blood matches your ID number. The same ID number that is there on the bomb transport case. Such a far-fetched theory, no better than a tangled ball of wires. I'll have them untangled for you in no time at all. You were the first person on the scene after Detective Arm left her message in blood. What allegation against the PTSD? Yeah, there are a lot of allegations going around nowadays. You were the first person on the scene after Detective Arm left her message in blood. You were the only one who could have hidden the writing and then used it again later. I see, ×2. But then, let me ask you, do you have any proof that Detective Arm wrote that message? That's a very good question. Well, do you, Mr. Wright? The best way to prove that Detective Arm wrote that message is to... Nope, fuck. Your Honor, I request that a DNA test be performed on the blood itself. Actually, that probably is a better idea. Once we know whose it is, it will be obvious as to who wrote the message. Especially since a lot of stuff with the Saikuna got a lot of attention. Yeah, I heard about that. I just don't know the... Like, I know more or less what happened. I just don't know the specifics, you know? Bailiff, please put in a request for a DNA test with the forensics team. Yes, Your Honor. It will be some time before we can have the results of the analysis. Until then, let's hear more from the witness. I would like nothing more, Your Honor. I want the court to hear how ridiculous the defense's theory is. After the explosion. I admit I was the first one on the scene after the explosion, but there was no bloody writing there at the time. Anyway, there was no way Detective Arm could have written it. She struck her head on the rubble and died near the courtroom entrance. You know, it's just that it's kind of everywhere no matter how much I want to avoid it. I get it. She was too far away from where the bloody message was found. Huh. So you're saying that the victim's body was nowhere near where the writing was? Precisely. It is as plain as day that she could not have written it. It's true that the body was discovered near the entrance to the courtroom. Please have a look at this crime scene photo. As you can see, there is blood in the rubble near the victim's body. She must have died after hitting her head there. Also, I feel like I keep failing to bring this up. If you would like to vote for a game that I'm going to play soon, check out my description and vote in the poll there. Would be cool if I could just put a poll, like, on the video and attach it to that or pin it, but I cannot because YouTube doesn't let me pin things. Courtroom bombing photo added to the court record. I see. Okay, wait, but is her finger red? We can't see. Except we can in the zoomed out version, but not in the close-up photo. Huh. Alright then, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Do you have what it takes to take my infallible testimony apart? I do now. Anyway. I think I'll do this testimony, then I might call it. You can actually post live polls in YouTube Shorts. Really? Huh. I want to try that. I think I seem to get, like, more live stuff than that. For long form content such as this, well, it's just linked to community post in the info card. Well, it is linked in the description, so there's that.
Hold it!
How do you know she couldn't have written it? If she didn't write it, then who do you propose did? Mr. Justice, of course. Just before dying, he wrote the name of his attacker, Juniper Woods. A final message from your poor subordinate. Oh, Mr. Justice, I'm starting to get all misty-eyed. Apollo's not dead, folks. So how can you be so sure it wasn't Detective Arm who wrote the message? It is very simple. Like you can see polls in the top of the left of the Ugo Lord short, which is really interesting since I didn't think that was actually possible. Hey, I'll give it a shot, why not? From now on, I'll do that in YouTube Shorts. Since I can do it there. She had struck her head on rubble and died near the courtroom entrance. She was too far away from where the body message was found. The victim's body and the writing are several yards away from each other. There's no way she could reach. Quite the conundrum. So that means something is off somewhere. There must be a contradiction. Maybe the body was moved? But that doesn't explain how blood got over the rubble, or blood got onto the rubble. What if that was done by the real culprit after the fact? If that's the case, then there's something about it that might contradict the evidence we have. Community post is the objectively better option, since as far as I can tell, you're limited to doing 2 options like an Instagram poll. Okay. Yeah, for 4 options, it would be better. You're right. And I like giving you guys options, for the most part. At the very least, like a certain, like, genre set, you know? The victim's body and the writing are several yards away from each other. There's no way she could reach. Oh, I already did that. Shit.
Hold it!
Do you imagine she was thrown back by the force of the blast? A bomb can inflict damage not only from the explosion itself, but also substantial secondary damage from the blast wind. Detective Arm unfortunately hit her head on some rubble. It's stated in her autopsy report as well. Cause of death, trauma to back of head. Ah, the autopsy report. I better take another look at that. Well, I severely do hope that you're listing games that you want to play before allowing us to vote which. Oh, there is that. Yeah, I'm definitely picking stuff, one, that I have, and two, that it's like, that I know I'd actually want to get around to doing. Alright, autopsy report, there. Between 8 and 11 a.m., impact with a flat object. Now do you see, Detective Arm could not have written that message. The reason for that being... on rubble, but is that a flat object, or...
Hold it.
If she didn't write it, then who do you prefer? I already read this, alright. Okay.
Hold it.
You were able to tell this even with those goggles on? With these goggles, there was no way I could have missed something like that. I can see quite well with them. In fact, I can see every hair on your spiky head. Oh, you have a few grays, Mr. Wright. What? Poor Mr. Wright, you're always working so hard keeping your office together. Wait a minute, I don't have any gray hairs. Just kidding.
Objection.
Your Honor, the witness is being mean. I object to the witness's attempt to prematurely give me gray hair. Mr. Tenate, this court frowns upon untoward comments on a person's hair or lack thereof. What is it that got that back arch locked down? It was right in that back. She's meant to be a circle. I don't know. She's working on it. I'm sensing a great wave of sorrow coming from the judge. I apologize, Your Honor. May I continue my questions?
Hold it.
Why were you the first person on the scene? To secure the area. It is regulation for a bomb disposal specialist to enter first. In other words, you had the opportunity you had the opportunity to alter the bloody writing then, didn't you? Imagine getting framed because your posture was too circular. Yeah, you're just so much of a loop that people suspect you for everything. Well, maybe your logic is circular too. Mr. Wright, please don't interrupt. Mr. Tenate is about to give testimony that will show just how wrong your reasoning is. Damn. I think he was just about to say something interesting too. When I went in and saw the aftermath, well, it was quite the disaster. Do I have anything that contradicts that? No bloody writing there at the time. If I just had the DNA evidence thing, that would prove something. But
Objection.
there we go, okay. You are a terrible liar, Mr. Tenate, because, like, it said rubble, but, like, rubble's not necessarily, like, flat. It is impact with a flat object. You are a terrible liar, Mr. Tenate. Take a look at this autopsy. Specifically, the part about Detective Arm's head injury. Cause of death, trauma to back of head caused by impact with a flat object. I mean, the floor is flat, so it could be that. She just, like, rolled or whatever. Yes, what about it? Now take a good look at the bloody piece of rubble. It's sharp and pointed.
Hey, you're right, boss. It is pointy. Just like your hair. I knew she was gonna say that. Alright.
That is odd, isn't it? What could be the meaning of this contradiction?
I believe it means the victim did not hit her head on this piece of rubble. The bloodstain you see is just another fabrication.
Its purpose is to mislead us into thinking the victim died near the courtroom entrance.
Then how would she be sitting upright if she hit the floor? Because someone else hit her. Maya gets framed thanks to being a psychic that happens to be in the wrong spot at the wrong time. Now Athena gets framed because she is the wrong golden ratio statue. She has the golden ratio stature. Yeah, she can teach you how to use the spin.
Are you claiming the culprit moved the victim's body?
That's exactly what I'm claiming. The victim hit her head at some other location. Most likely on the floor or some other flat surface. And this location was somewhere near where the bloody writing was found. In that case, she definitely could have written the message.
Your Honor, I have the results of the bloodstain analysis. Ah, very good timing. Let's take a look. According to this report, the message was written in Detective Arm's blood. And as the defense claims, only the parts of the message that were added afterwards were written in Mr. Justice's blood. It would appear that the defense's assertion is correct after all.
Bloody writing analysis added to the court record.
Okay.
Yes! You did it! You were right, boss! Now I have to drive it home. I'll have to take a good look at the bloody writing analysis later. Which means now. Actually, wait, no. Stop. Stick drift, goddammit. The DNA analysis definitively proves that the blood of the writing to be that of the victim, Candace Arm, age 27. Then Apollo's age 23. Okay.
Mr. Today, it is now apparent that you have told several lies to this court. I hope you have some sort of explanation for yourself.
Fine, I will confess. You will? But then, why are you so calm? This time I will tell the truth. He mystically starts being able to use the spin like gyro. Yeah, exactly. It is true that Detective Arm wrote my ID number. She very plainly wrote L10015R. I was shocked, but I did not detonate the bomb. Detective Arm must have mistaken me for the real bomber. Not wanting to be accused, I moved the body and covered the writing. My bad. Was Apollo 17 to 20 during his game? I think Apollo was 22 because he was like 6 years older than Trucy. And Trucy was 16, I think. I believe so. I think it's almost forget someone he worked with for 3 years. I think it's closer to 1 year, but still, yeah, it's... I agree. It's weird that he was like, oh, I forgot about Apollo. It's like, my brother in Christ, he works with you.
I see. So it is your assertion that you merely moved the body, is that it?
That is correct. I did not kill Detective Arm.
Oh, well, if that's all you did, then that's just tampering with a crime scene, which is still a crime. Wait a minute. That in and of itself is a criminal act.
Glad to see you finally crossed that finish line, Your Honor.
Very well then. Your cross-examination. Please, Mr. Wright. Please, Mr. Wright.
The truth. Okay, yeah, true. Uh-huh. Did not detonate the bomb. Okay, let's see. What can I present to show that he did? One just before the blast and is now missing.
Hold it!
I may have covered up evidence and desecrated the crime scene. That's because the victim blamed me and I didn't want to get caught. Whoopsies, yep. Was Judge special education as a child? I think he's special education as an adult. He seems to have trouble with reading comprehension. Alright. Didn't you? The victim may have had special knowledge of who the bomber was. I have no idea what thought Detective R may have had inside her head. It is not like I ever dismantled her mind to check. Mr. Wright, if you have suspicion about the witness, let's see your proof. Evidence is everything in a court of law, except for the last game where it kind of wasn't. That was the point. Even school children know that. How many years have you been a defense attorney now? Cut me some slack, will ya? Don't feel bad, boss. You just got your attorney's badge back after all. In that sense, you're still more of a beginner than I am. I suppose I should be thankful you're not a licensed psychologist.
Mr. Tenate, please continue with your testimony.
With pleasure, my ID number was left at the scene, but...
Holding.
Let's try this. If I'm mistaken, you mean he had nothing to do with the explosion? That is correct. That is why I was so shocked when I saw my ID number. The victim may have suspected Mr. Tenate for no reason other than the fact that, as the bomb specialist, he was in charge of the bomb. In other words, a false accusation. It's vocational discrimination, I say.
I do not support discrimination of any kind.
Athena, Apollo, and Venus are the only ones with valid license. You can't tell me otherwise. Honestly, decent chance of that, yeah. Well spoken, Your Honor. If the victim had been found to be killed with a gavel, Mr. Bluesuit over there probably would have pinned the crime on you.
He would? Well, that just wouldn't do. Mr. Wright, if you dare try to pin anything on me, I will fine you in contempt of court.
I've never even tried to harm a hair or strand of your beard, Your Honor. Well said, Mr. Payne, because I am so closely associated with bombs. I was afraid I would be prosecuted if anyone saw the bloody writing. Not wanting to be accused. Let's try this. You didn't think to clean away the bloody writing? I didn't have time. By the time I found the message, the blood was already dry. The police were waiting just outside for me to secure the room, and I still had to move the body. I was in a panic. With no time to spare, I temporarily covered the writing with my case. Didn't you think the police would find it during their investigation? Regulation stipulates only specialists may touch transport cases. Because of the danger, you see. I thought I would clean up the writing once they were finished. My bad. My bad? Does he really think that will just magically smooth everything over? This guy is something else. And I don't believe Detective Arm's dying message was just some mistake. Yeah, this guy needs to be arrested and tried for a different crime, but either way, he's gonna get tried for this one too, because he's clearly the murderer. He won't wriggle his way out of this one that easily. That easily. What did Mr. Tenate see when he first discovered the bloody writing? There has to be a contradiction hidden in his testimony somewhere. Wrote his ID number. Very clearly wrote the ID number.
Objection!
Yeah, because part of the rubble was destroyed, so it couldn't have been that. I just want to make doubly sure that L10015R is really what you saw written in blood. Yes, it very clearly said L10015R. But that's odd, because that's not what I see.
Objection!
What on earth are you babbling about now? Wasn't it you who claimed that the bloody writing was his ID number in the first place? Take a good look at the photo in the bloody writing analysis. Now tell me, does it really say L10015R? Oh. Something is missing, isn't it? And that something is the final R.
What is the meaning of this, Mr. Tenate?
Oh, right. Now I remember. There was no R in the end. Become as gods. It was just a slip of the finger. My bad. Come back, my beautiful contradiction. Mr. Wright, I'm not so sure it was just a simple slip of the finger. You have something for me, Athena? I sense that he's extremely agitated, almost panicked. Yeah? He does look pretty flustered. Which, to be fair, I mean, yeah. He should be. He is currently on trial for murder. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears there was nothing more than a mere mistake. I don't know, did he really just make a typo? What about that R? This man is making 25 life off of pointless shit. Pretty much, yeah. I'm gonna say he actually saw it. Maybe Mr. Tennant really did see the R. There's no R anywhere in this writing. What's going on here? Huh? Now that I take another good look at the photo, I think maybe... That's it! What is it now, Mr. Wright? Are you trying to imitate Apollo and his cords of steel? I've got it. So that's what happened. A slip of the finger. Is that really all it was? Because I don't think so. I propose that Mr. Tennant really did see the letter R. What? The photo clearly shows that there is no R. No, Your Honor. Actually, just the opposite is true. The photo shows that Mr. Tennant actually... The photo shows that Mr. Tennant actually could have seen the R. If you're going to make that claim, then you'd better be able to point out what you mean. What part of the photo shows that Mr. Tennant could have seen the R?
Take that!
Ah, fuck, I missed. Fucking stick drift.
Take that!
Please look here to the right of the 5. Do you see the? Do you see a little bit of red? Oh, I see it, just on the edge of where the floor is broken up. That's the R that Mr. Tennant saw.
Objection!
It's true that the witness wears some very, very odd goggles. Technically, it could have been gotten a better sense if he said it was strictly an accident, but on his behalf, but the party of another party. Oh yeah, that's another thing. But no, he chose to murder. But that doesn't mean his eyesight is bad, nor his brain power. What part of that little smudge looks like an R to you?
Objection!
But what Mr. Tennant saw wasn't that little smudge. There was a whole and complete R written there. Before the floor was damaged by the explosion. Oh, well, that explains it. Huh? Care to explain what you mean? Because you just proposed that everything that happened in the because you just proposed that everything that happened in the exact opposite order. Yep, because that's the way it really went down. The timing of when the R was written turns everything about this case around. Now then, if the floor was damaged by the explosion, when was the message written? With the bloody message running off the edge of the damaged floor like that, we can only conclude that it was written before the explosion. But that's ridiculous! If that were true, it overturns your own premise. That's right, it does. In fact, it turns everything upside down. The victim was not killed by the explosion in the courtroom. She was killed before the explosion ever occurred. Order! Order in the court! Considering Ted's introduction was him flexing his defusal times, he probably did this as an extra flex. Pretty much, yeah. What kind of preposterous claim is that?
Have you forgotten that the victim's body was found at the scene of the explosion?
Objection!
True, but consider this scenario. She was hit on the head and killed before the explosion, or even before the trial began. Her body was subsequently placed in the courtroom ruins after the bombing occurred. Now I'm even more confused by the sudden plot twist. It is sudden, but it might make sense depending on how they explain it. That way, it could be made to look like she was a victim of the blast. So she was killed elsewhere, then they brought her in. Turns out she wasn't dead, then she was dead after the bomb went off because she bled out, I guess. It sounds like we better look into what the victim was doing before the trial. Mr. Payne, did anyone see Detective Arm before the trial?
Let's see, according to the police report... here it is. One person saw the victim before the trial. And that person was... Ted Tenate. Wait, what?
No one beside Mr. Tenate saw the victim?
That appears to be the case, Your Honor. ... period.
I would now ask the court to recall something. Specifically, Mr. Tenate's words from yesterday.
It was when Detective Arm and I were transporting the bomb.
Oh my! Mr. Tenate, just before the trial, you were with the victim. The two of you were together at the scene of the crime, courtroom number 4. Why not make it seem like 2 different murders happened depending on a single dude? I mean, I guess the point was to try and make it look like one murder and pin it on someone else. Because that way it also seems less like he could be involved in it, because... I guess... Wait. I'm trying to put together my thoughts here. My brain also has kind of ceased to work, but I'm still pulling through. Your Honor, the defense requests a new testimony from Mr. Tenate. We wish to hear what he has to say about his whereabouts just before the trial. Mr. Tenate, your testimony, please.
My testimony? There was no need for... He's completely unnerved, Mr. Wright. He must have hit the nail on the head.
Because all I did was transport the bomb to the courtroom. That's how broad Chester Phoenix actually is. Yeah, he's pretty solidly built. I already told you. Ouch. Rah. Blast this thing. I was only in the courtroom with the victim because of our work. I swear I was only transporting the bomb there.
Objection!
You and the victim were alone together at the scene of the crime. In other words, you certainly had the opportunity to commit murder, did you not?
Objection!
Tisk. Do you always leave yourself so open to attacks, Mr. Wright?
What now, Mr. Payne?
Yes, Mr. Tenate may have had the opportunity to kill... Mr. Tenate may have had the opportunity to kill Detective Arm, but an important piece of your assertion is missing.
What important piece?
The murder weapon. What do you claim was used to kill the victim?
Mr. Payne has a point. Even if Mr. Tenate has the chance without a weapon, we can't accuse him of the crime. Phoenix 10,000% has a sleeper build. No wonder he took the car to chest and was casually okay. Yeah, he's... We don't know what he looks like under the suit, but man, he's probably pretty solid.
Well, Mr. Tenate?
Oh, yes, that's right! I didn't have any sort of thing that could be used as a murder weapon on me.
I couldn't possibly have killed Detective Arm.
I don't know, something flat? You got the bomb there. Did he really have nothing he could have used as a murder weapon? What is it, Athena?
Just looking over the victim's autopsy report. I'm hoping there's something in here that can point us in the right direction.
Well, it does say that she died from trauma to the back of the head with a flat object.
Yeah, and to inflict that specific kind of injury, all you would need is a flat surface, right?
A heavy, blunt object with a flat surface could definitely be our murder weapon. Well, Mr. Wright, can you indicate for the court what was used to kill Detective Arm? I believe I can. It's probably the bomb. Believe being the key word here.
You can?
Then please do so now. What did Mr. Tenate have that couldn't be used as a murder weapon? Hey, stop. 12 pounds, that's probably enough.
Take that!
No wonder there's so much yaoi between Phoenix and Edgeworth. The idea of two heated lawyers with a heated rivalry. Yeah, heated rivalry with sleeper builds does sound pretty cool. Mr. Tenate, you say you didn't have anything that could be used as a weapon. But in fact, you had the perfect thing. What? What in the devil are you talking about? You had this. That's the bomb. I thought you were trying to prove that the victim wasn't killed by the bomb blast. The bomb blast, no. But I believe Candace's arm was killed with this bomb. Because this is the blunt object that delivered the fatal blow to her head. Grah. Please recall the description of Detective Arm's head wound. Trauma to the back of head caused by impact with a flat object. We assume this injury was sustained when her head hit the floor. But a blow from any flat side of this bomb would produce the exact same wound pattern. It really does have square teeth. I imagine his dentist is very displeased with this. Or very pleased. Maybe it's very easy to clean because they're all like uniform. Ah. 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 Is he having a breakdown? What's with him? And show me some proof. Where's the evidence that I hit the victim with the bomb? Meat on the bone. Heck, he's right. I don't have anything defensive. I don't have anything decisive. Did you find any of the victim's blood on the bomb? That would be decisive proof. But too bad. The bomb is blown to bits. It's long gone. Boom. Game over. Yeah.
Mr. Wright, is there really nothing on the bomb in the photo?
The clock. I don't see any blood or anything. Wait, the timer display is broken here. Maybe it broke when it made contact with Detective Arm's head? That's definitively a distinct possibility. Unless we find a fragment within the victim's blood on it, it's not gonna count. I guess you're right. By setting off the bomb, Tenate managed to obliterate all traces of the murder weapon. Honestly, not a bad plan. A healthy person would have had a sharp canine instead of perfectly flat ones, so they could actually tear their food apart, such as meat. What if he's a vegetarian? He has teeth like a diplodocus. What in the world do I do now? At times like this, I've got to change gears and look at things in a different way. Instead of looking for the things he wasn't able to hide, I should be looking for a way to expose the things he did hide. Ted Tenate murdered Detective Arm before the trial started. Then he placed her body in the courtroom after the bomb went off. Which means there was something he needed to keep hidden until then. And then I think I may have just the thing. Time to present the photo that shows exactly what Mr. Tenate had to hide. Probably the, probably this one, right? Or wait, no. I mean, he was trying to hide the bloody writing. But was that what he wanted to hide? Probably not. Where did he even keep the body? Maybe in the case, I guess. Hold on, history-wise, what was I saying? Alright. The body in the courtroom after the bomb went off. Or something he needed to keep hidden until then. What he had to hide. Is it the case? What about the detonator?
Take that!
Your Honor, please take a look at this. Makes decisive evidence made my case. Yeah, okay, I fucked up. I'm gonna go ahead and save just in case. Oh, no. We're not doing this shit again. Okay.
Take that!
Oh, fuck, I was supposed to read that. I thought I fucked up. Oh, wait, so, yeah. Your Honor, there's something we've all been overlooking. If the murder took place before the trial, then Mr. Tenate would have had to hide the body somewhere during the trial. Hey, you're right. And if we can figure out where that hiding place was... Exactly. We might be able to find some evidence we can pin him down with. We might be able to find some evidence we can pin him down with. So where could Mr. Tenate have hidden the body during the trial, the case?
Take that!
Wait. A box big enough for a body, a box that was in the courtroom the whole time, a box nobody would touch if they thought there was a bomb in it. Mr. Tenate! What is it? Do you finally have some decisive evidence to show me? No, you're the one who's going to show it to me. Come again? You heard me. Now show me what's inside that bomb transport case. What? Why? No, there's no need. I've got him now. Just before the trial, you killed the victim with a blunt object. And then you placed her body in the ruins of the courtroom after the bomb went off. Clearly, you were trying to make it look like she died in the explosion. But where was the body hidden during the trial? That's detective skills. Ah, thanks.
Congratulations to Arrowhead.
Yeah, thank you, Jeff Keighley. Oh, I hadn't thought of that. The answer is right here. Inside a box made of thick alloy plating that can withstand any impact. No, that's completely false. If it's false, you should have no objections to showing us your transport case. So, let's open it up and take a look inside, shall we? Oh boy, what now? Let's not if you value your life. What? What's he up to now? Remain calm and listen carefully. This bomb will detonate in 5 minutes. What? Huh? I repeat, this HH-3000 will detonate in 5 minutes. What's going on? Your Honor, I recommend you adjourn this trial before this bomb goes off. The McFucking huh? Mr. Tenate, are you threatening me? I am the only one who can disable this bomb. If you do not want to die, your only option is to listen to me. Mr. Tenate, didn't you just say that's a training model? A fake to practice on? I did, but I also lied. This is the real deal. This is the HH-3000. But the HH-3000 was used to blow up the courtroom number 4, wasn't it? How do you know it was the real HH-3000 that blew up courtroom number 4? Huh? The bomb that blew up the courtroom was a different one that I made. What? Then are we to take that as a confession on your part? Take it any way you would like. Just before the trial, I took the HH-3000 out of the stuffed animal and put in my own bomb into it. That was the bomb that exploded and destroyed courtroom number 4. Mr. Tenate, please be reasonable. Do you really expect us to believe a crazy story like that? The HH-3000, it is so unique. I had never seen anything like it. It is so unique that I could not replicate the detonation mechanism. So, I just had to have it. Besides, did anyone look inside the stuffed animal during the trial? Did anyone check to see if it really was the HH-3000 in there? He's committing no terrorist act when he was already about to charge for the first one already. Because he wants to escape, I guess. That's his plan. Maybe. I must confess, no one opened the stuffed animal to check. So there really is a possibility that the bomb was switched out? No, not a possibility. A certainty. I did it. So he's had a real bomb with him this whole time. You had better get out of here while you can. You do not have much time. Order! Order in the court! I'm out of here! It's gonna blow! Run! And there's a stampede, probably, and yep. Alright. You four are still here. Well, well, aren't you brave? It just wouldn't do for the judge presiding over this court to run. With that horrible explosion the other day, Judge looks like he's about to book it for the nearest exit any second. As for Mr. Payne... that is... Ah! Yeah, he's gone. And he's off.
Mr. Wright, what do we do?
It'd be pretty pathetic to run now, wouldn't it?
But the bomb might really go off.
Only 3 more minutes, folks. Is that bomb really the HH-3000? What should I do? Well, running would be funny, but... Actually, just in case this is like a, whatchamacallit, one of those, what was I gonna say? One of those, like, achievement things, like I have to run like a chicken to get an achievement. I'm gonna stand my ground and come back to that later. I can't run now. Well, it's been fun, but I will be going now. With my dear, dear HH-3000, naturally. Oh, and by the way, I would advise against having me followed. Even with no remote switch, this bomb can still be triggered manually. If I think I'm being followed, I will detonate it on the spot. Farewell. When like a yell about chicken is a funny way of calling a player a bitch for being sensible. Yeah, you're not going anywhere, Ted Tenate. Oh? Your Honor, there's no reason to be afraid. That bomb is a fake. Are you sure, Mr. Wright? More of your famous bluffing. Even at the risk of your own life. Mr. Wright, none of your bluffing now. Not at a time like this. Lives are on the line here. I'm not bluffing, and I have proof. You do? Yes, of course, Your Honor. It's right here in the photo of the bomb, clear as day. Proof that Mr. Tenate's bomb is not the real HH-3000. Really? Out with it then, immediately. Where's the proof that what Mr. Tenate is holding is not the real HH-3000?
Take that!
The display for the timer on the bomb in the photo is broken. Most likely, it broke when Mr. Tenate used the bomb to attack Detective Arm. But the display on the bomb in front of us is not broken. Oh, you're right! Therefore, this is not the real HH-3000. Mr. Tenate was clearly lying when he said he had switched out the bomb and the stuffed animal. The real HH-3000 blew up in courtroom number 4. This bomb is nothing more than a fake, a model used for training purposes. Fear not, Your Honor. I will examine the inside of the bomb transport case myself. Yes, please do that, Mr. Wright. No, stop! Yup, blood. What is that? Is that a blood stain? Athena and Felix have fucking balls of steel. Yeah, that was a ballsy move to be sure. Remaining, like, they were pretty sure the bomb wasn't real. They didn't know the bomb wasn't real. Just as I expected. Your lies have all been blown to bits, Mr. Tenate. I'm confident DNA analysis on this bloodstain will confirm that it's Detective Arms' blood. And those results will conclusively prove that you murdered Detective Arm. How about it, Mr. Tenate? Think you can dismantle this decisive evidence? Love that they have a little, like, the cut-in like that. Dismantle it? You're too late! You missed your chance to run, so now you're out of time! This HH-3000 is about to explode! Don't try to threaten us, Mr. Tenate. I've already proved that your bomb is a fake. It's real! This bomb is the real thing, I tell you! It's real! Mad Bomber, party of one. Mad Bomber, I barely mad know her.
There's no time left. It's going to blow. I have to disarm it. I have to take it apart. I can dismantle anything. I can take apart evidence. I can take apart bombs. I can dismantle it all. Dismantle. I'm not gonna make it. Only one thing left to do. Stop.
That's a pretty good crash out. I like that.
Made it.
Ah!
Game over. Dismantle attempt failed. It's all over. My life has been blown to pieces. It's all that stupid woman's fault. I was selling the bombs I disarmed in the black market. When I tried to take this one, she just had to notice, didn't she? She confronted me in courtroom number 4 that day. That's why I had no choice. Before I knew what I was doing, I hit her. It's all her fault. While I was looking for a place to hide her body, she left a message in her own blood. The trial was about to start, so I didn't have the time to clean it up. And now, all this.
The red those glasses blew his eyes out. He looks alive, but to what extent?
I thought for sure I could disguise her death with an explosion. And that stupid defense attorney started sticking his nose into my business. After my testimony yesterday, I went to courtroom number 4 and I found that kid all up in my bomb transport case. That's when I snuck up behind him and bam! And when the idiot police arrested that little girl, I thought for sure I could put it all on her. Why? Oh, why?
Looks like he's possessed by the sunken one. I don't think the original Ted is still here. Unfortunately, he is. He's just kind of an asshole. Detonate, you are hereby under arrest on suspicion of the courtroom bombing and the assault on Mr. Justice and the murder of a police officer. Your innocence or guilt will be determined at a later trial. Now then, I see that members of the public have returned to the gallery. One person, however, seems to still be running far, far away. Be that as it may, I will now announce Miss Juniper Woods' verdict. Not guilty. Yeah. Court is adjourned. Hammer. Gavel. December 18th, 12:31 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 5.
You did it, boss!
Yeah, I guess we managed to pull it off somehow. I have so many questions. No. It's not him that's not guilty, it's the girl. Remember Woods, the girl with the sunflowers on her head? She's not guilty. He is under arrest and he will be tried later, even though we all know he's guilty. So he's guilty, probably. She is definitively not guilty.
So many mysteries cleared up all at once. It was amazing.
It just sort of worked out that way, didn't it?
That's not the kind of thing that usually just works out. You made it happen. And the way that mean old prosecutor hightailed it out of there, that was great.
Mr. Wright, Tina, thank you for everything you did for me.
I'm so happy for you, Junie. Now you can go back home to the forest in peace.
I hope that both of you will come and visit me there sometime.
That would be nice.
Thank you for the invitation.
I don't know, Mr. Wright. I'm not so sure you could make it all the way up to Junie's house. How high up do you live again, Junie?
Around 3,000 feet, I think. Domestic terrorism, an assault and murder of an officer, bomb threats, tampering and hiding evidence, perjury in court, and attempted mass murder and disturbance of the peace. All up in one fucked up case. Yeah, this guy's never coming out of jail. Yeah. He's either dead or he's gonna die in prison. Yeah, this guy's not getting out. What? That's no forest. That's a mountain. There could be forests on mountains.
But you know, boss, there's something that still bothers me about the case. One little mystery we never got around to solving.
Oh, that? Yeah, I was wondering about that too. Is this the unsolved mystery you're thinking of? It's... Oh, up. I think it's the detonator.
Take that!
If he doesn't get a death penalty, I'm more impressed with his next lawyer because he must be Saul Goodman. The remote switch, right?
Yeah, I wonder where it disappeared to.
Maybe Mr. Tenate just got rid of it somewhere. Yeah, it is a pretty big thing to leave unsolved, though. Well, let's leave it up to the police to find. For now, we should be celebrating our not guilty verdict.
I guess you're right. Hey, I know. Junie, shall we go report the good news? You know, to that certain someone.
Okay. Huh? Her grandmother?
No, silly, to Apollo.
Oh, right. Well, why don't we all go to the hospital together and see him?
Great idea. I bet he's bored out of his mind.
Okay. And so, the courtroom bombing case came to a close. Not guilty and not fucking dead verdicts, both very important. Pretty much, yeah. And very distinct from one another. But the next trial is just over the horizon. There's never a dull moment with so many lawyers in the office. That's for sure. Apollo Justice, Athena Sykes, and me, Phoenix Wright. Between the three of us, there's no case we can't solve. When our powers combine, we're an unstoppable team. And when it's just me, I'm still unstoppable. At least that's what I believed. At least that's what I believed. But all that changed with what Apollo said to us that day. It was something that would put my faith in us to the ultimate test. Date, blank, time, blank, write anything agency. I'm going to quit.
Sorry, but I'll be taking a leave of absence.
Wait, what do you mean by a leave?
Can you at least give me a reason why? I can only say that this is something I must settle on my own.
No way these motherfuckers aren't in history. Oh, hey, Trissy. Haven't seen her in a little bit. We're being a group of 2 lawyers stopping an active terrorist attack, right? Maybe. Yeah, they did a lot. So Trussy's just kind of here, and she doesn't mention anything.
Oh, why, Apollo? Why are you shutting us out?
What happened to you, Apollo? Ever since you put that jacket on, you... something or other. And now, for whatever reason, all my mind keeps doing is returning to the day I first met you. Okay, so now we're getting her backstory. Alright. Back when he looked like this. We had tackled our first case together, he and I, this past spring. And as we did, I came to know who he is and how he thinks. It was a very peculiar case, one in which the victim was killed by a mythical creature. What the fuck? The end. Sure, I'll save. Here. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the stream for now. I think this is a good stopping point. I've been Airhead, your favorite VTuber Android. My next stream is sometime this week, but keep an eye for my schedule tomorrow. I will also announce the winner of the poll in my schedule tomorrow. Either way, see you all there. Have a lovely morning, day, or evening. Remember to like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed. And goodbye for now.